Okay, we're taking a look at the end of chapter 4. We've come through the woman at the well and the witness to the town in Samaria where she was. And then Jesus goes to Cana. And I went through the part in the last video about him. It says that a prophet's not welcome in his hometown, and yet he's welcome. So in Galilee. So it could be referring to Jerusalem and Judea, or it could be sort of the reverse of what usually happens. But anyway, then we come to the second miraculous sign. The first miraculous sign, interestingly enough, is in Cana, at the wedding in Cana. And Jesus comes back and does his second miraculous sign in Cana again. So that's something to note. Cana is pretty much in the middle of Galilee. It's the west and south from the Sea of Galilee. And Capernaum, which is referenced here, is on the Sea of Galilee. Capernaum is kind of Jesus and the disciples' home base, for the most part, in John's gospel. It's where most of them are from, the fishermen, and where they kind of hang out. So let's dig in. Chapter 4, verse 46. Once more, Jesus visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine. So the narrator, John, tells us that we're going back here. We remembered the first miraculous sign, and the setup of a miraculous sign, the kind of structure or the formula of it is usually we get the context, which we're getting here. The sort of setup gives information about what's going to happen. Then there's usually some dialogue, and then the miracle happens. But the miracle in John's gospel is usually pretty understated, and it's understated here. Like, we don't really see it happen, right? We didn't really see how the water turned into wine. Only the servants really knew. Same thing happens here. And then there is the miracle causes people to believe, and then they witness to it. So there's the sort of hearing and seeing, the trusting, the miracle, the believing, and the witnessing. Tends to how it goes in John's gospel. So anyway, we're told we're back to where the first one happened. And there was a certain royal official whose son lay sick at Capernaum. So this is verse 46. So Capernaum's a ways away. It would take, I don't know if it would take a day or 2 days to walk there from Cana. It takes some time. It's too far to run. Let's put it that way. And it says he's a royal official at Capernaum. A certain royal official. So we don't know if this person is Jewish. He may be Roman. The Romans were ruling from Capernaum. This is a city of Tiberias and the city of Capernaum, but I think Capernaum probably had the government offices. It was bigger. And yeah, so could be Roman, could be Jewish, we're not told. Interesting, that's kind of a mystery. Anyway, he has a sick son. So verse 47, when the man heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged him to come and heal his son who was close to death. So here, the man hears, right? He hears that Jesus is here, and he responds, he goes to meet him. And then Jesus says this in verse 48. Unless you people see miraculous signs and wonders, Jesus told him, you will never believe. So this is an interesting statement. Jesus is speaking in the plural. It's a plural you, and my translation says you people, just to make sure that's clear. So he's kind of speaking to the guy, but he's speaking to the plural you that's all around, saying all of you people want to see miraculous signs and wonders, or you won't believe. And it's a little ironic because Jesus is here doing that miraculous sign so that they will believe. But he throws this in to say that either there's something wrong with it or there's something better than that. And it's probably the better, right? When you believe without needing a sign is, I think, what Jesus is hinting at here. But he does say that. And the royal official doesn't respond to that comment. He just says, sir, come down before my child dies. So he responds with a strong sense of faith in Jesus. And Jesus replies in verse 50, "You may go, your son will live." So here's the understated sense of the miracle, right? Jesus just speaks the word, he will live, and the man takes Jesus at his word in verse 50 following. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. So he believes his word and just goes. I don't know if he's probably going to Capernaum to check it out. Verse 51, while he was on the way, this is the official, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. Verse 52, when he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, the fever left him yesterday at the 7th hour. So this is also a common occurrence in John at the miraculous signs. There is a sense that there's a witness or an investigation as to the quality of the sign, right? And here the witness is that, it happened right at the time Jesus said it would happen. So the miracle itself is understated, but the witness to it and the testimony to it is very specific. It's a proven fact for John in his story. So the 7th hour, right? And verse 53, then the father realized that this was the exact time that Jesus had said to him, your son will live. So this verifies the miracle. So the man and all his household believed. So this is the outcome of a miraculous sign, that this man and all his household. So it's not just specific to this guy or his son, but everybody. So the witness goes out, the testimony goes out, and people believe because of it. So like the woman at the well, we just got done with that, where her testimony was given, right, to the people. They came out, they saw and heard, they believed, and then they also testified. So this is the way. And then we're told in 54, as a conclusion, this was the second miraculous sign that Jesus performed, having come from Judea to Galilee. So, and the connection at the beginning was that, a prophet's not received in his hometown. So maybe Cana, right, doesn't really count as his hometown. And we're told that, he was kind of running away from those in Judea and running back to Galilee for safety. It's an interesting little piece there of this, what starts this whole miraculous sign story here. So then we are done with chapter 4 and we move into chapter 5, and we're told that Jesus is going back to Jerusalem. So that's interesting how he's kind of back and forth here, and going to do his third miraculous sign. So we'll pick that up, and that comes with a lot of discourse and conversation about what does it mean to heal, and Jesus heals on the Sabbath, and we'll get into all that in the next video. So thanks for watching.